All right. Okay, so we're recording our session. So let's do this. Just wanted to take some time and welcome you guys to AMSC, to our second half of the fall semester. And I want to welcome you to Introduction to Religious Studies. Now we're going to meet on Wednesdays at 11, and it's not mandatory. That's always good that you come, but I totally understand because this is not a in-seat type of class, it's an online class. But I hold the session so that students can talk about the reading and they can figure out what's going on. And sometimes it's just a little difficult when you're just in the silo all by yourself. So you can come on Wednesdays at 11. For those people that are going to be watching this recording, you're not going to be penalized if you can't make it, but just please make sure that every week you're checking out the recordings. So you know the class, even if you cannot show up. Okay, so it's your responsibility to make sure that you're watching the video, or if you want to jump in on a Wednesday. Now, there may be times, there may be some class meetings that I may not be able to make it, but I will let you know because I do work I'm at the full-time job, so I'm working at another job. So we want to make sure that if I have something come up, I will definitely let you know that our Wednesday session may be delayed or canceled. So I want to take this time today to welcome you to class, walk you through a couple of things that you need to know. When you come into your D2L class, you see your banner. So we're in religious studies, and make sure that you take a look at your calendar over on the left-hand side. Got something in my eye. Make sure you take a look at the calendar every week and make sure that you're jumping on about 3 to 4 times per week. Hopefully your class is set up like mine. It might be a little bit, but anyway, make sure that you take a look at the modules. I try to break every week down, and so you'll know when the week is starting. So of course we're in week 1, October the 4th, and this is an introductory week. Up at the top, you'll see syllabus and resources, and you'll see, actually, let me just kind of walk through some of these things. You'll see your syllabus for this semester. Please make sure that you download it to your computer and save it. Here's additional resources, World Religion Chart, and I also gave you Chapter 1 in case you don't have the book. Chapter 1, What is Religion? You can read that. On the announcement side, make sure that you take a look at this, and I'll always have announcements for you throughout the week for you to check out. Okay, so please, I can't say it enough, y'all. Please make sure that you log into your class at least about 3 to 4 times a week. I'll go to week one. All right, for everybody, it is so important that you do this introductory form. It is mandatory. You have to fill out this form. I don't care what you say, just introduce yourself. And thank you to those people who've already done it. But this lets us know that you're in the course, that you actually logged into D2L, that you're alive and well, and that you are participating. If you do not do this by October the 7th, which is tomorrow, you could be dropped from the class. We have to make sure that we are counting attendance correctly and that we're not lying and saying, you know, somebody showed up and they really did not. So you have to be active in the course. So thank you to all of those students. Look at all this. This is wonderful. All of those students that have already just posted and say, hey, I'm here. Don't drop me from the class. So if you haven't done that already, please, I beg you, with everything in me, you got to do this today. All right, let me go back to your class. Got a little hung up there. So I just want to go back real quick to week 1, and you're going to see there is the reading from chapter 1, just in case you don't have the textbook. So here are the pages from chapter 1. I'm going to apologize. It's probably not the best PDF version of a scan. Let me see if I can scroll so you can see it a little bit. Okay, so it's probably not the best version of scanning. I did the best that I could, but it helps. Okay, okay, and there is a PowerPoint of chapter 1 that you can review. Okay, PowerPoint, can't talk, of chapter 1 that you can review. Now, let's go back real quick, and I want to hit the home button because I want to talk about your syllabus. So everybody, when you get a chance, I want you to go right here to your syllabus. It says Religious Studies, Syllabus Fall 2021. All right, now I'm not going to go through every little line on here, but I do want to go through some really important things. So you're going to see how to get in touch with me. You see my email address, my cell phone number. I am away from the campus. So, and if you need an appointment with me or need to call, email, text, please do that. Okay. All right, now I want to scroll through and let's talk a little bit about this course. What in the world is this course about? And so this particular course really just dives into what is religion, what is spirituality. That's what we're going to talk about in the first week or two. Excuse me. But I just want to make sure that we come space. We are not required, to be in any particular religion. We are studying religion. We are studying how it affects human beings and why people gravitate towards religion. We're going to study, it's not necessarily all of the world religions, but we're going to touch on some of them and how they're similar and how they are different. And so you're going to see maybe you ascribe to a particular religion, and you're going to see how some of the religions might be very similar to the one that you may see that some others that you just maybe never even have heard of or didn't know too much about. You're going to learn more about them as well. So your primary goal in this particular course is to not be critical. We're not bashing religions. We are observing. And that's the key thing that I want you to remember. We are observing behavior. We're studying and we're seeing what it is and what it's like. And at no point in this class are we bashing people or we saying or this is right. We are studying what it is. Okay, so I just want to make sure we put that disclaimer out there. We're never bashing anyone or anyone's religion. So we're going to study a little bit here about how religion impacts our society, how it impacts humanity, how it helps us to solve problems. And many times people gravitate towards religion to just simply help them to understand why things occur in the world. Make sure you pick up the textbook. It's called Introduction to Religious Studies, and it's by Paul Maier. I think that's how you say his last name, Maier. Now, if you have any issues with getting the book, please let me know. Most students did find it a little bit easier to get it on Amazon. All right, if you have a disability, please make sure that you contact Disability Services so that we can accommodate you correctly. Now let me scroll down a little bit. I'm not going to read everything in this syllabus, but it is up to you to read it thoroughly. And I want to talk about your grading, and then we'll talk about our assignments. So in this particular course, you're going to have discussion forums each week, and they're 20% of your grade. When you're doing your discussion posts, not this one this week because you're just introducing yourself, but your posts need to be thorough, and they speak about your reading in the textbook. So I want you to think about your post in your discussion forums as quizzes. It's very serious. Don't just throw junk down because I'm going to grade it. Make sure that you're reading over it. Make sure that you apply the reading from that week. Make sure your post is at least 200 words when you make your post. And Excuse me. And in addition to your post that you made, you're going to reply to at least about 2 classmates, okay? Reply to 2 classmates, and that reply should at least be about 100 words. If you're citing material, make sure that you use the MLA format, excuse me. All right, y'all, our week is going to start on Mondays. Our week starts on Mondays and ends on Sunday nights. So if you have any work, any discussion posts, or any papers or anything like that, it is due on Sunday nights. You're going to have a video summary of a reflection, and that's going to be 10% of your grade. You'll have an introduction paper. I think that will be assigned next week, where you simply share of what you think it means to be religious. I got a typo there. Religious, what's the difference between religion, should I say, excuse me, and spirituality? What's the difference between religion and spirituality? Your final research paper is going to be 20% of your grade. You have a PowerPoint activity in which you will research either Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, Judaism, or Hinduism. That's 10%. We have an online guest recording. Now, this particular guest is one of our professors in digital media, and this is a recording, and so you're going to watch it and you're going to give your feedback of the lecture, and that will be 10% of your grade. You'll have an interview assignment, that's 10% as well, where you will interview a person who has a different religion than you. And then this last assignment, H, will be a comparison activity, which you will compare and contrast Christianity's 10 Commandments with the African Ma'at principles. And all of that will be spelled out in your modules as you go week by week, okay? So don't worry about directions. You're not going to see them right here. You'll see them in the modules week by week. Before we open it up to any questions, just look at your course outline, and I try to make sure I outline everything week by week. So we're here in week 1, and you got your introduction to the course. You're going to watch the syllabus. You're going to check out the introduction video. Well, there's a video and PowerPoint there in week 1. You can check that out. And then we're going to head into reading chapter 1. Okay, make sure after you do that introductory form. And then you're going to see what you have for next week. You won't read every week, you know. You'll have a discussion forum. Next week, you're going to complete your short paper about the difference between spirituality, and then what you have week by week, you know. So I try to put stuff in bold, if I remembered it, when you have a particular assignment due. Now remember, it may seem like, ooh, that's a lot of stuff, but remember, this is a 9-week course, so we're really, really condensed, and we're doing what we would have been doing if we started in August. So let me just pause real quick, and let me come back to you. And I know we just have a couple of you others may have as well, and I can always go back to the class if there was something that you missed. So any questions so far? Please. Louisa Jamila.
No, not for me.
Okay. Louise, you okay?
Yes,
All
Professor.
right.
Thank
All
you.
right. So you guys stay right there. Let me transition one more time. I think you're going to really like this class. Into who we are. Now, let me see if I can get back to you all. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so I'm back right here in week 1. All right, so what I want you to do, for those people who are online with me right now, or if you're watching this video, you got to do your introductory form. I'm going to be checking that right after I get off of here and see If not, you're going to be getting an email from me. And it's not so that I'm getting on your nerves, but this is a system-wide thing. We got to make sure that we're straight with our attendance. Remember, once again, if you don't have the book, here's chapter 1 reading. Now, if you go right here to chapter 1, okay, where you click on chapter 1, okay, PowerPoint lesson. All right, and you can click on this a little bit later because we're just going to do an introduction, but this is me, and this is from a previous session that I had, and I want you to make sure you check out. And then here is my session. Now I may talk about things that are a little bit older because this was from a previous class, but all the information is still the same. All right, so let me go back. And I think that you guys should be pretty good with navigating throughout. So when we come back next week, we're going to go into chapter 1. So please make sure you have read chapter 1. We are going to discuss that next Wednesday at 11. Next week, 11th, okay, you're going to be working on your discussion, and then you're going to work on that religion versus spirituality paper, but that is for next week, not for this week, okay? So I'm just getting ahead a little bit, all right? So make sure that you've downloaded your syllabus, get that book, start reading, and I'm going to see you all next Wednesday if your schedule permits, okay? All right. Thank you for joining me. Any questions that you guys might have?
No, ma'am.
All right. Okay. And so just to keep on Mondays, we start Mondays and we're going to end on Sunday nights. So everything is going to be due Sunday night.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining. And I'm going to see you same time, same place on Wednesday, next Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
All
You
right, thank
too.
you, Professor.
All right. Bye-bye.